Day 1 of 30, 2 beers a day at least, so 60 plus beers during the month of November. It is November 1st, and here we go. Here we are on November 30th, the final day of 2 plus beers a day, and I haven't taken progress photos yet, but I'm really curious. I haven't seen as much progress as I thought I would based on just tracking my nutrition and staying on point with it. But these are all the beers that I consumed at home during this entire month, because I went out to eat 3 times. And a couple of those times I had 2 talls, and the amount of beers that I've probably had during this month, like we're talking like 12-ounce beers, is probably 80 beers during the entire month. And I'm so excited to be like done with this, get this over with. And then Thanksgiving weekend, that was not easy either. I drank more than I should, and also had like Long Island teas and stuff like that. But that's one of those weekends that I really value, especially with the family and just having fun, going to hockey games, whatever it might be. And I'm gonna slam these last couple beers for you guys, just to let you guys see the finale. I'll speed it up though. I don't know why, but chugging sitting down compared to standing up is way harder. Cheers to 2 plus beers every day for the entire month of November. Now it's time to share with you guys the progress photos. I want to talk a little bit about how I did this, because I did make progress, you'll see in the progress photos how I did it, and also 3 takeaways from it that you guys can implement, and hopefully they motivate you to get rolling and stop making excuses when you don't need to under certain circumstances. So first things first, as far as progress goes, my goal was, if you watch the first video, you know my goal was to burn fat, and it's as simple as that. I didn't have like a goal weight. As long as progress photos showed that I got leaner, I beat the challenge. And here are the photos. So before, after. So yeah, progress, I'm happy with it. And it's kind of crazy that I only lost 2 pounds during this month. But then again, I know how much the body can actually transform without like losing a bunch of weight or gaining a bunch of weight. It's just a crazy thing. And that's why I always recommend utilizing progress photos to track your progress. So that's the progress. And now I want to talk about how the 3 main things, I guess, about how I did this was I tracked my calories. I burned more calories than I consumed. So that doesn't mean day in and day out, because there was for sure a few days, probably two days where I know I had probably 4,000 plus calories, when my goal on the days that I was tracking was 2,200 to 2,400 calories. And I definitely did not track anything on those days that I did have 4,000, because it was days like Thanksgiving and like the couple days after Thanksgiving, because we went to hockey. That's our family tradition. We always do that. And those are occasions where I'm not gonna be obsessive about things. I'm gonna enjoy those moments as much as possible, but that doesn't mean that I say screw it during those moments to my health and fitness. I'm always thinking ahead and planning ahead. So I'm always set up for success like the following day. And that gets into the next thing about how I did it, was the never off track mindset, which, if you know me, that's my slogan. Is what I live by. Never off track does not mean that you're never off track, but it's a mindset to where you know that under any circumstance, there's always something you can do to support your health and fitness. So whether it's drink more water, maybe it's walk further or get more steps, park at the back of the parking lot, any little thing like that. And when we were at hockey, we stayed in a hotel for the 2 nights, and that first morning, after having quite a few drinks that day, I went to the gym in the hotel. And I know in the past I definitely would not have done that, but because this means so much to me now, and I realize that I can still see progress while enjoying those types of moments with my family. And it's crazy, like how much my mindset has shifted in the past couple of years, just through just becoming more self-aware and just being more open-minded about what I'm doing. And the third and final thing about how I did this was I worked out. I didn't keep track of exactly how many, but 20 to 25 times, I know that. And they were mainly weight training. That's the main point I want to make about the workouts, was they were mainly weight training. And I did cardio probably 5 times, but I also did the weights during those workouts. So the weights always come first. And the cardio, what I did was stair stepper twice, rower twice, and then walking. Yes, walking is cardio to me. So you don't need to do tons of cardio to see progress, because the more muscle mass you have, that doesn't mean you need to get freaking huge, but when you weight train, you build muscle, and the more muscle mass you have, the higher your metabolism's gonna be. And there's a lot more factors that go into it, but having more muscle makes burning fat way easier. I'll say that. So the 3 things that I want you guys to take away from this and try to implement and understand, and just be open-minded with. Be open-minded. That's all I ask. First thing, nothing is off limits, because calories matter more than what you actually eat. So 2,000 calories of unhealthy food and 2,000 calories of healthy food will get you the exact same fat loss results, but like a day after a little bit more unhealthy food, you might have a higher weight, because that's going to be water, weight, inflammation, stuff like that. But after another day or 2, you're going to realize, like, oh yeah, I was just swollen a little bit because my body wasn't used to those things, and they don't sit as well with me as healthy food, of course. So nothing's off limits. You can absolutely implement any food into your diet. I'm definitely not promoting that you eat a ton of, or drink a ton of beer and eat pizza 3 days a week, because that obviously, like, if you think about it, that's not the healthiest. But I'd say if you want to have a couple beers a day during the week, heck yeah. But then also, like, if there are certain occasions, such as like Thanksgiving, just enjoy it. Enjoy a little bit more, but don't like gorge yourself or drink till you're blacked out. Like, Drinking always used to be like my biggest problem because, yeah, I'll get into that in a bit, but nothing is off limits. Think about that. Like, track it in MyFitnessPal, account for your calories, and you'll make progress. You could go order something from McDonald's, track it, eat it, and if you hit your calorie goal on average for like a month's time, you're gonna see a lot of progress. I promise you that. And of course, you gotta make adjustments with your calories based on the progress you are making. But nothing's off limits. And number 2 is 2 beers a day for 30 days is better than 15 beers 4 times during that 30 days. Why? Because once you hit like the 4 beer mark or 4 plus drinks, that's when you're gonna start to really see the negative like effects of it's gonna negatively affect your sleep and your hormones. So we don't want that. That's gonna really, really impact our recovery and also our energy levels the next day, and can also make us feel hungover. So that's another reason why 2 a day is a lot better than 15 a day, because you know when you're hungover how much easier it is to like just want to have fast food or pizza, and working out just sounds awful and you don't want to do anything at all. So that's something to think about. Like, before you go out and have like 15 beers in a night, at least if you do it, like if it's a special occasion that means a ton to you and you want to do it, just make sure you plan ahead and set yourself up for success right away that following day. And when you wake up, go, and the first thing you do should be a positive momentum builder for your health and fitness. And the other thing is, when you have over 4 drinks, or a lot more than that even, it's going to make it a lot more difficult to make decent or better food decisions. You know what I mean? So after you have 4 plus drinks, you start to think about, that salty food, the popcorn, the pizza, you know, how easy it is to overeat once you have many drinks. So that's where you will have like those 4,000 to 5,000 calorie days. Because drinking, of course, there's calories quite a bit in alcohol, especially if you're drinking the sugary drinks. And then it just makes it a lot more difficult to make better food decisions. But that's something I've been working on and practicing, is my decisions when I do like hit that 4 plus beer mark or 4 plus drink mark. And it's a work in progress. I'll say that it's not the easiest thing, but I'm becoming more aware of my decisions, and if something matters enough, regardless of how many drinks you have, you will make better decisions. So I know how easy it can be after so many drinks to just say screw it, and the day is ruined. You gotta try to just keep that open mind and try to get over that type of mindset and have a water. Like if you're like, okay, if you're like, okay, I'm a little buzzed right now, I should have a water. Like, do it. Just because, even if your friends make fun of you, who cares? Like, whatever. They don't support you if they're being that way. They don't want you to be successful. That's my opinion anyway. And number 3, the third takeaway is you do not need to do tons of cardio to burn fat. And this proved it, along with having 2 beers every day. So I did have around 80 beers. I think it was actually more, but I'm just not gonna exaggerate it. And yeah, you don't need to do tons of cardio. Focus on the weights, account for your calories, and you don't have to track calories or anything every single day. But on those days that you don't, try to be as mindful as you can, like choose protein When you go out to eat, like think protein, like a burger is actually pretty good, salmon. And instead of fries, which are very calorie dense because they're fried in oil, but if there's some like baked potatoes or baked fries, go with that. Just choosing smaller, little bits of healthier stuff. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I'll wrap this up right now, and I hope you guys learned something from this. And it was a fun experiment, and let me know what I should do next. I'm not gonna do like I'm not gonna go to 3+ beers a day now, because 2 was plenty, and of course I did end up having on average more than 2 a day. So other than that, thank you for tuning in, and remember that you are never off track. Utilize the never off track mindset. There's always something you can do to support your health and fitness, no matter the circumstance. Cheers.